In the beginning, there was Color Dreams. They made a bunch of bad unlicensed games like Operation Secret Storm, Baby Boomer, and Pest Terminator. Then, sometime in the year 1990, they saw the light and became born again as... This is Spiritual Warfare, an unlicensed game from religious developer Wisdom Tree. It's unlicensed because Nintendo, being the Asian infidels that they are, didn't allow games on the NES to have religious references. And this game is practically oozing with religion. It's also a complete clone of The Legend of Zelda. But at least they ripped off a good game. And hey, this game isn't half bad actually. But it is weird, and funny, in a sad sort of way. The graphics are okay, not a whole lot to say. There's a lot of black in the color scheme though. There rarely are any floors, it seems. Not a lot to say here either. The game has few songs, and when you pause you get a different one, kind of like Battletoads, but nowhere near as catchy. The control is surprisingly pretty good. You can move in all directions unlike Zelda, and the control is in general very responsive. The gameplay is also like Legend of Zelda. You explore, go into dungeons, beat a boss and gain an item. Except here, instead of a medieval fantasy theme, it's contemporary. There's a town with neighboring slums, residential areas, an airport, woods, beach, shipyard, park, and a prison. The only out-of-this-world area is the last area, which I'll get to later. Although you do get a sword later on, an exploding sword, your main weapons are fruit. In the first door you go through you get a pear, the first fruit of the spirit. This is weird. I never heard about fruit being powerful enough to beat anyone, except people occasionally choking on them. But the fruit in this game have the power to convert heathens to Christianity. This is even weirder, but yes, when you throw a fruit on an unsuspecting atheist like this one, he'll freak out, then fall on his knees and praise Jesus or something, leaving a dove behind to represent his soul. Sometimes the fruit will also cause an exorcism and a little demon will fly at you. Luckily, these demons are allergic against holy fruit, so fire away. There's also the Armor of God. The Belt of Truth allows you to move obstacles, just like the power bracelet in Zelda. The breastplate of righteousness cuts damage in half. The boots of the gospel allows you to walk on hot coals and lava. The shield of faith protects against fireballs. The helmet of salvation protects against explosions. The belt of truth. When would a belt ever convey truth?
You're fat!
Your enemies vary from location to location, but make no mistake, they are all infidels who need to be forcefully converted to Christianity. Guys with knives, sailors, businessmen, gang members, bikers, graffiti-spraying punks, lumberjacks, police officers, convicts, plumbers, and more. I especially like the Buddhists as the airport. It reminds me of the movie Airplane.
How about Buddhism?
But wait! What does this remind you of?
The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the red zone.
Now that's funny. They actually referenced Airplane. Big thumbs up. However, dogs, ducks and werewolves are invincible. They can't be converted, I guess because they don't have a soul, but they can't be blown up either by your vials of God's wrath. These act like bombs, but with one little improvement over Zelda. You can make them explode earlier if you shoot a fruit at them, which adds to the strategy somewhat. Sometimes the vials can destroy walls, and they are quite useful. It's still weird though. What's in these things? What can be in these small jars so they explode when you throw a pear at them? Sometimes an angel will start flying across the screen. If you touch it, you'll get to answer questions about the Bible. If you get the first 4 correct, the 5th question can get you health. One small tip: every time Jesus is a possible answer, Jesus is the answer. Jesus is the answer. That sort of makes sense given the circumstances. If you're playing on an emulator, this is really easy, but if you're playing the real thing, you really have to buckle down and learn about God and the Bible. Or you can just guess. It's up to you. You are a goody-goody Christian boy with a bow tie and water-combed hair. The town is being corrupted by demons. God has sent you on a mission to free the town from the demon's grasp and to convert people to Christianity while you're at it. It is, however, unclear if all the people in this town are possessed or just plain regular heretics. The villain of this epic tale is... drumroll, dramatic silence... the devil! He's never actually named in the game, but yeah, it's ye old evil guy. His lair is the demon stronghold, also known as Hell! Forget Dante's Inferno, this is the game where you go to hell. This place is creepy with lava, random demons flying at you, and these little buggers. I bet if a devout Christian child played this game, he would be pissing his pants right about now. The bad parts to the game, besides the piousness, is 3 things. First, you can lock yourself in a room if you push the blocks the wrong way. Second, if you use the praying hands when you have less than 10 dove souls, the game freezes. And third, when you're fighting the devil, if you stand near the opening to the room and get hit, you get knocked out of the room and have to fight him all over again. These are flaws you would sort of expect from an independent game company making unlicensed games. I was pleasantly surprised with the gameplay and overall quality of this game actually. But this is the kind of game that Rod and Todd from The Simpsons would play. It's just dripping with religion, and anyone not religious will have a hard time keeping a straight face while playing. I give it 8 angels out of 10.